what I have here is the one I downloaded from the website. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change it to match my template. So 12 inches, 300 for the resolution. It's going to look really big, but it's okay. I'm holding the Alt key, and I have the magnifying glass, so I can just shrink it down. And all I want to do is put down here, and I'm going to drag it into this layer. So onto this window here, and you're going to see it right there. So I'm going to close that. I'm done with that. So first thing I want to do is get this lined up with the template that I created. So there's several different ways you can do it. You can eyeball this and try to get the shadow lined up with the lip right here. You can look right here where the stars are. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. So you see the star on the lips, and you see my star, so you can kind of just line those up, and that should be pretty good. Or you can see right there, you can see a little bit of outline there. It's up to you. Just kind of, you want to get it pretty as close to perfect as possible. I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, I'm using the Alt and the magnifying glass to zoom out. So, anyways, you have some basic lips there. I'm going to turn off a few things just so you can see. Turn off the sparkle, turn off the depth, which is the shadow, and actually it'll turn off the lips themselves. So you can kind of see the logo is here. So, the first thing you want to do to make this so it'll be easier to use every time is take this layer here and make a copy of it. Drag it to this little icon down here, which makes a copy. Okay, so you got 2 copies of this, and then take this one of the copies and move it down to the bottom. Okay, and I'll show you why I did that. What we want to do is we're going to use this here to change the color of the glitter, but we don't want to change the color of the teeth. So for example, here's the color. If I see how it's red on the teeth, if I change this, see the teeth become green and blue, etc., etc. We don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is, let's call this one, I'm just going to double click it and call it teeth. Okay, and I'll go down here and I'll double click this one called lips, just so we can keep track. Okay, on the teeth, I want you to go up here to select, load selection, and then choose teeth. And what that does is it creates this this alpha channel that I created, or this mask that I created earlier. And then once that's selected, I want you to click this button here, which applies that selection as a layer mask on it. So now what happens is as we change the color here, you'll see the teeth don't change. Okay? So anyways, we got that set up. Once that's set up, you could go in here and say save as. Let's just do this real fast. Save as, and I'm going to call it just number 2. This is, or your version, whatever you want. This is the second one. So this is one that's pre-made, ready to go. And you're probably wondering, why didn't I just include the lips in my editable template? Well, it's because I don't own the lips. I don't have the copyright to the lips. I'm just making a template that works with them. So you go back to the other site, you can either pay them for their commercial license or use it for your personal use or whatever. You just read their license agreements and handle it yourself that way. I'm just giving the template to work with those lips. So anyways, this way, once this is set up, now watch, I'll show you. So now I can easily say File, Open, and once I open up my lips, I'll have the lips ready to go. I don't have to keep on grabbing the lips, downloading. They're already in there. So let's go ahead and start changing logos. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn this stuff off here so you don't see, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Now what these are called smart objects. I just put your logo here. What happens is you want to, I'm going to take my logo for example, I Synergy 17 logo. Same thing. This I'm going to make 2.5 inches. I want it small. Make sure it's 300 dpi. Okay. So big as this, you can see. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is if you look at this template here, you see bottom right, bottom second right. This kind of just refers to which one I'm looking at. So this one says bottom second right, it's this guy here, and so forth, all the way around the lips. So I'm going to double click it. It says, hey, and it's telling me that when I make a change to the smart layer, I need to save it to update. So you can either turn this off, or you can delete it, throw it down here in trash, but what we really want to do is we want to add this to it. So let's turn this one off. Now I have my logo in there, but it doesn't fit. So I'm going to edit, transform, scale. Now I'm going to shrink this down to fit the width. So I'm going to fit the width, and then I'm going to close it. When I close it, it's going to ask me to save it. So if you remember before, save it, say yes. Now I have my little logo kind of warped here. Okay, no big deal. Double click the next one. Just repeat that. Turn that one off. Drag your logo. Scale it as needed. Try to make it as big as possible, but don't go outside of the parameters there, or the perimeters. Save that. Double click. Hide that one. Drag it here. Edit, transform, scale. Make it as big as you need. Close it. Yes. So I'm just going down through all the different places where they're. Edit them, or not edit them, but change the opacity of all of them at once. What you do is select all of them. Select the top of all the way to the top here, to all of them. Hold Shift, Control, Alt, and press the E button, and you'll see that this new layer got created. I'll show you what that does. So I'm going to turn all those off. Basically, I merged all those logos to one logo, or sorry, one layer. I merged them all. But now this way, the seconds, call that S17 logo. If you had your high school or whatever your own logo, whatever you're doing, you can have that yourself. And so now I could also change the opacity of just that one. I can make it more see-through. And now why would I want to make it see-through? And that's because when you put your lips down, you don't want it to look like it's sitting on top. Maybe you want it to kind of blend in a little bit. Maybe you want it to see through it a little bit. So I'll make mine at 90% opacity. So that way I have that. Anyways, so put the sparkles on top, add the depth, and now what I do is double click here and change my color. Since my logo is basically like a teal and black, I'm going to take this guy, bring it over here to this teal color, right around somewhere around here, and then saturation. I can make it really dark looking, really light looking. Here, sorry, come backwards. Light here and dark here. But this here gives me this little bit more pop, so I'm going to kind of just tweak around. But then again, you want your logo to show through. So anyways, you do that. Once you're done, you're happy with it, File, Save As, and export it as PNG, whatever you want. And I can call that S17 lips. And then, it's 300 DPI, so really high quality for printing on a shirt, whatever you want to do, poster, whatever. So if you're wondering what are those smart layers, like, it's going to take a little while to save. The smart layers are actually boundaries that I created. So for example, if you don't say you like the way this one looks like it's wrapped, but you don't like the way this one is, well, you guys could always go back into here to these different, turn these off. Like for example, let's look at this one here. If I go back in there, double click, I'm going to turn this off and turn the black one on. Let's turn those off and leave the black one on. I'm going to show you what it is. It's like a boundary box. And let me do another one too. Okay. So these are basically boundary boxes. You can actually edit them if you don't like the way I did it. You can go in here, go up to edit. I think it's under transform, warp. Now watch what happens when I click warp. See how you can grab these and you can pull them, and if it's too close to the lip. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm kind of moving these around to fit around the lips. If you don't like the way I laid all 5 of them out, you can make one longer one, or delete some, or do whatever you want. So once you get the template, you can do what you want with it. But anyways, that's what makes the magic work. Is these are smart. I'll show you. So go in here. Let me show you what they are. It's called objects. Because you can create smart objects. So, or they're convert to smart object. Yeah, so that's what they are. That's what makes them work though. That way, what happens is you double click it, and you go in there. Like I said, I had mine turned off. Put your logo in there, and it'll basically warp that logo or that image to the same shape that I had on the layer. So, anyways, that's how you use it. Pretty simple. If you have any questions, let me know. First thing you have to do is go to this page right here, and you can look around and find the lips in different places. But if you just want the ones that are out there for free for personal use, or if you want a commercial license, you can contact this company here. They offer the one for free.